I think what's been happening is you have this challenge between you know, a triple whale says 1.5, okay, and then Meta says zero point 0.8.
Hmm.
And so who do you trust?
Yep.
Um, and it was not there was such a it was such a case that you couldn't trust Meta before that now, so like that was the narrative we all pushed. And now
Hmm.
you can, and if you separate out views,
Hmm.
which is I think a really important part of it, looking at a click basis over a longer period of time without using a third party tool for measurement is actually a viable thing, right?
Hmm. Yeah, and there's some nuance in which decision you decide to make, and I think ultimately what's probably more important is making a decision with some things in mind. So
Right.
first and foremost, like view through attribution it causes I think a lot of issues for people making decisions. And then the other big one that I've seen cause issues is the way that retargeting and retention get reported from something like Meta on even a 7-day click with no view through, as opposed to what something like Triple Whale or Northbeam might report. Now, those, at least for us, are a much smaller, like less than 10% percentage of spends across our book for the most part. So I'm not as concerned about being perfectly optimized in there, although we certainly try to. And it's hard to say what the discrepancy is on those specific audiences, but pure acquisition, we've seen a much smaller gap between what Facebook is reporting on a 7-day click and what something like a triple whale is reporting on a 7-day click. So then to your point, the question is, well, which one am I making a decision off of? And I think this is where it's up to you to decide which one you want, and that needs to be measured against a metric that cannot as easily lie to you, like AMER, new customer ROAS.
Right,
So
right, right.
it's building a relationship between the whatever the platform or what Triple Whale is saying about those about your performance and what is the reality of your actual new customer revenue. Most people are in the business of acquiring new customers. That's why I'm using that as a reference point. Um, so what is the relationship between those two things? And I think that for the most part, that's kind of helped us, feel better about the decisions that we're making.